Hello, welcome to Sowing the Bourbon. I'm Glenn, this is Charlie. And recently on one of our episodes, we asked for some help from our viewers on suggesting some new bourbons and whiskeys or even old bourbons and whiskeys to review. And asking you shall receive, right, Charlie?
That's right. Our friend Lucas emailed us and said, hey, dummies, you need to check out Middlewestspirits and specifically their Pumpernickel Rye. Ask and
You shall receive. Okay, so Middle West Spirits, dark pumpernickel, straight rye. I believe I got that name right.
not straight rye. It's 4-grain rye.
4-grain rye, okay.
Yeah. Like we're
I'm glad someone's paying attention, right?
somebody has to at some point. But yeah.
So we're a little late on this one, but like we said in the intro, one of our viewers asked us to review this, so that's what we set out to do. And what happened when we set out to find that bottle?
Couldn't find it. Couldn't find the dang bottle. Couldn't find it anywhere locally. Found some online, but this like crazy pricing and didn't really trust any of the online retailers. So I thought, why not ask Middle West? So I emailed Middle West and our good friend Jennifer said, hey, we don't sell it in your area, but fear not, I'm gonna send you a tasting kit. So she sent us this amazing tasting kit with the Pumpernickel Dark Rye.
It's tough to say, isn't it?
Tough to say that 5 times fast. And their straight wheat whiskey and their 4-grain bourbon. So we're giving them all to you tonight.
Absolutely. So we're going to start with the Pumpernickel Rye, correct?
We're gonna give our man Lucas what he wants.
That's right. After that, we're going to jump into the other 2 bottles she sent. Mm-hmm. And then in part 2, yes, there's going to be a part 2, we're going to give you our thoughts on all 3, ratings and everything, right?
That's right.
All right. So why don't we start with telling a little bit about Middle West Spirits.
So Middle West Spirits is located in Columbus, Ohio, and they're pretty interesting. I was unfamiliar with this distillery, but if you know anything about our channel, you know that we love ryes and we really love craft distilleries. So a quick couple of talking points on Middle West. They manage over 25,000 acres of grain farmland, so they control all their own stuff. They use all GMO food grade, non-GMO food grade
I love that.
grains.
Love that.
And they mill their own grains at the distillery so they can manage the grind size. So you want to talk about having complete control
Right.
from end to end. Jumping into the dark pumpernickel, it is a different rye from standard grains. It has a higher starch content, adding a soft, smooth spiciness that balances well with the sugary notes. Pumpernickel.
Very interesting. I love pumpernickel bread.
I do too.
So aside from the rye, we have the soft red winter wheat and 2-row barley. And what else?
And
Corn, right?
non-GMO, open pollinated yellow corn.
Absolutely. So let's stop talking.
Yeah.
Let's get into this.
And drink a pretty unique 4-grain rye. That's awesome. And if you know anything about us, we like interesting pours. So we're going to get those out of the way. Our tasting kit also featured this amazing crystal Glencairn glass, which is amazing. So thank you.
That is amazing. I'm a little bit jealous that Charlie gets to drink out of that.
I'm not going to let him.
But he did the work to get the bottles. So.
Proof on this bad boy is 96 proof.
96 proof.
And this is a regular mainstay in their collection of spirits. So they were out of stock of it on their website, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be around for long. All right, here we go. I'm excited.
Spillage.
God, I can smell it from here already. All right. So no age statement, and we just gave you the mash bill, but we don't know the percentages. That is not listed on the
Right.
website. Also, doesn't have an age statement, but the straight wheat whiskey does on the website. Says a minimum of 4 years old. I'm guessing that everything is 4 years old or older.
I don't know. No idea. It's pretty light in color.
It
It's
is
got a
light
nice
color.
amber tone though.
I love this crystal glass, by the way.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Puts a nice ring around the top
Yeah,
of
it does. It sticks to the glass really well.
Ooh.
That's definitely got the classic rye nose.
Like kind of a sweet and spicy there. Like
Yeah.
I definitely get some of the corn.
There's definitely some like the little burnt sugar.
Yeah. It's a complex nose. There's kind of a lot fighting for your attention on that nose. It hits you kind of up front with that classic rye, but it's not just a classic rye nose. There's
a little bit of that mustiness going on in the background. A little bit of that funk.
A
Maybe
little funk.
maybe that's from the wheat.
Could be. All right, I'm too
It
excited.
smells good. It smells really
Cheers.
sweet. Cheers. That was a nice little
Mm-hmm.
bing. Wow, so that rye spice really hits you right up front at the tip of your tongue. And then as it works back to the back of your tongue, it kind of really smooths out and levels out. You start tasting a little bit more of the grain, I think.
I went right for a second drink.
Yeah. You've already
I've already basically finished mine. I got a little left in there. Boy, you hit the nail on the head with the rye spice. And it's not an overwhelming spicy.
No, not
it's
at
just
all.
a perfect little kind of tingle on the front of your tongue. But it has this almost like a sweet dough, almost like a sourdough bread, where it's not overly sweet. But I really like this. I'm trying to come up with how to describe it because it doesn't drink like a traditional rye.
You know what I'm getting on this? Which I've never got this on any bourbon or whiskey I've drank. It's sweet tea.
You know, I kind of know what yeah. Now that you say that, I'll disagree with you. I'll almost go an unsweet tea. Like a tea leaf or maybe a half and half tea if we're splitting, because there is some
Right.
sweetness there.
There's some
but
sweetness,
you definitely
there's
do get a little
there's
tea leaf.
Definite tea flavor there.
I really like that. That's a complex pour. I may have to pour some more because I get a lot going on in there.
There's a little oak. I'm getting a little oak on the finish too. Now the finish it's not long.
No, but there is a lot going up. There's a lot going on front palate, mid palate. Man,
Now that we've drank a little and it's set here, I'm getting a lot more grain on the nose.
really? Let me see.
Maybe even a little
I drank all mine.
bit of dough, bread dough.
That's what I get. I get that doughy, and maybe it's because it's pumpernickel. Like we talk about this all the time. You get it in your mind of what it is, like on a honey barrel. Oh yeah, I can taste the honey. Or when I think pumpernickel, I think of like baked goods.
Right. I don't know. I like it. I really do.
I do too. I think it's
And I'm getting some of those caramels are starting to come through. That's a nice pour. I'd like to have a bigger.
yeah.
bigger
I
bottle.
do too. That'll be a bottle I'll be searching out. There is a malty, grain forward quality to this, to where you can taste the grain, which in a lot of bourbons and a lot of whiskeys is not often a good thing, right? This all complements itself very well. I like that you can taste it because there is also other traditional rye whiskey flavors in there, the kind of the burnt sugars and some of the caramels, and there is a little oaky finish, kind of that dry oak. But I really like this. This is a unique bottle. It's an interesting bottle, and I like interesting bottles.
Yeah, I really like it, and the rye spice stays with you. Just a very well-rounded, very drinkable rye whiskey for people who aren't into ryes. Maybe this might be a good.
You stole my
intro.
talking point. We talk about ryes a lot. We do a lot of ryes, it seems like. A bourbon drinker's rye. I really think that this is, if you are a bourbon drinker or even a Scotch drinker, I could see this appeal to a Scotch or an Irish whiskey drinker. Really like that. You know, you mentioned the finish doesn't like kind of stay around. On my second pour and third drink, it does kind of sit on your palate a little bit and gives you it kind of I'm getting kind of a revisit from the beginning. Like the flavor kind of comes back around, so it finishes almost kind of like it starts.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I want to pour some more, but I know we have 2 more to do. So
We do have 2 more.
speaking of which, we're not going to rate this yet because that's coming in part 2.
You got to stay tuned and watch. So make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTubes because that's how you get more hard-hitting
Absolutely.
content like that. And follow us on our socials. Glenn, tell them about our socials.
So in the Bourbon on Instagram, Whiskey Realtor on TikTok. And as always, keep those wallets loose.
And your dang bungholes tight. Stay tuned for part 2.
Peace out. The other recording.
My Phil Collins hairline.
They look very, very good. I thought I blew it up enough. No, I blew mine up.
Just wear the glasses.
I hate wearing the glasses.
You look distinguished. It looks like you actually know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to wear 2 pairs.
I need, like, a welding helmet. You think Phil Collins has a giant cranium, too?
Has it what?
What?
It was a long intro.
That was the intro? I thought we were doing the intro at the end. But you didn't say, I'm Glenn, this is Charlie. You're just like, all right, Charlie, here's what we got tonight. So I thought you changed your mind. Turn it off, start over. Because you just started talking. You said, we're not going to do an intro. And you were just like, all right, Charlie.
Sorry.
So our
All right,
friend
let's start
Lucas
over.
emailed us.
Let's start over.